Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Craving Shaving. It's been a while. I realize it's been over a month since I made a video, and the reason for that is I haven't been getting any new stuff recently. A lot of what I've been spending has been toward the other end of Craving Shaving, which is the the shaving brushes side of things. So I haven't gotten any new shaving products in a while, and I did just get a mail call from a great fairly new small company. I've used their soaps for a while, but they don't do a lot of advertising and stuff. That's this Lotus Eater soap company, and this one is Sun Wukong. This is what I'm going to be using today. I got this, and I got another one that they just came out with. It's Troll. I'll put that up here so you can see kind of what that's all about. But that's, you got some, what's it say? Oak moss, amber, lavender, eucalyptus, and cedar. But that's for another video. Today we're going to talk about this. This is Sun Wukong, and it is orange, tangerine, star anise, and vanilla. And the story behind this is Jacob, the person behind Lotus Eater soaps. When he was just starting out his company, I approached him and I was telling him about a soap that I'd wanted made for a while that other soap companies had shot me down on. Well, I talked to Rod from Sterling and about making a black licorice and orange scent, and he said, we already have 2 black licorice scents and it's very polarizing, so probably not. I was like, okay, fair enough. But kind of as a joke, Jacob sent me a special soap that was basically this. There wasn't vanilla in the first one, and this one has WS-23, although I think he should switch his, well, we'll get into that later. And when I posted it, some people expressed interest in it, so it was like, well, hey, I'll just sell it for everybody. And he came up with instead of calling it Tiger's Tail like he did for me, he called it Sun Wukong to go with his whole mythology and cultures from around the world theme. The brush that we'll be using today, let me just give it a little wipe down, is this brush. This is me just kind of playing around with some carbon fiber, and then this is also the one I used to test out my new tuxedo knot that I've just recently started carrying, which again, we'll get into it later, but it's fantastic. I really like this now. And then a brush, or this isn't a brush, this is a razor. The razor is, I believe they call it the Mariner razor. It's from the West Coast Shaving Colored Safety Razor series. Kind of two-tone blue. I haven't used that in a long time. I'm excited to get back into it. Yeah, like I was saying, this soap, the Sun Wukong, or Tiger's Tail, is based on an ice cream that I had in Canada when I was there briefly. And it's called Tiger's Tail. If you haven't seen it, it's black licorice and orange ice cream, and very polarizing, I'm sure, although the orange does add to it, and a lot of people who don't like black licorice did like Tiger's Tail. From people that I talked to about it, anyway, people would say that all the time. Well, I don't really like black licorice, but I do like that. That's how I think you might feel about this too. The orange kind of cuts that scent in it. I will say the black licorice in this soap is a lot stronger out of the tub, and then the orange comes out as you lather it. Really nice. I do quite like the way that it smells. And I think the addition of the vanilla was really good as well. It's not overpowering vanilla, but it's just mellows it out a little bit. Alright. Wet face. And here we go. it's been a bit since I've shaved. A little less than a week's growth, I think. This is what, well, not this. Now I've got lather all over, but about what a week's worth of growth looks like on me. I think this is a little dry still. This stuff, if you've never used a Lotus Eater soap, it can take the water. It's very thirsty. This is still seeming pretty dry. All right. So this knot has pretty good backbone, but it's really, really soft. It doesn't have as much backbone as my supervisor knot that I carry, but it's a lot softer than that as well. So this one I prefer to the other one. Now let me talk real quick about the WS-23 in this soap. If you have used things like, well, the one I know that has the same cooling agent is Summer Break Soap's Cannonball. They use WS-23. But don't expect, at least in this iteration, which may be already sold out, so I'm hoping by the time he gets the next one he'll get this fixed, but the WS-23 in this version anyway, I can feel it right now on my face. Just kind of a light tingly feeling. But it never does get very cold. It's always just kind of that cool sensation, I'd say. It never really gets icy like Cannonball does. Which some of you may really enjoy. I like stuff really cold, so I've given Jacob my suggestion to. Now he said he dumped a whole bottle of the stuff. I don't know how big the bottle is. I went like this, but I have no idea. Into the batch that he made. It made 5 jars, so 1 bottle of cooling agent per 5 jars of soap. Seems like a lot, and I think he was actually kind of worried about it being too cold. But in my experience, it's not cold enough. I would like it to be colder. So I would guess switching suppliers would probably be the route to take, because, I mean, if you're putting a whole bottle of the stuff in and it's not getting that cold, my guess is the stuff's just not quite up to par. So getting a different supplier would probably be the best thing to do. Alright, so first pass, really, really nice. This razor, I haven't checked West Coast Shaving for razors in a long, long time, I'm not going to lie. But it's for a very long time. If it is there, I'll put the link down in the description down below. But for a long time they had the colored safety razor series. I would imagine they still have it, but I haven't checked in an awfully long time. And they had a whole bunch, like tons of colors, and kind of nice. I went with blue because this was one of the, not this, this was one of the first razors that I ever got, and out of all of them, this was the one that looked nicest to me. And I don't really know what to compare this to. It was funny, I was watching Chris Bailey, IMCDB, and he was talking about beginner gear, and I really agree with a lot of what he said. I couldn't really agree with what he said about razors, though. He referenced things like the DE89 and the Merkur 34C. And I've actually never tried either of those from those companies. There's a lot of clones. But I never tried the actual razors. And so I have nothing really to compare razors to that people would be able to compare things to. I could compare things to the Rockwell 6C, I guess. All right. That's pretty good. We'll go one more. Now usually, and this is where the difference is, usually when I use soap with this kind of cooling, the synthetic cooling stuff, by this third pass my face gets freezing. That's just not the case with this soap. It feels cold, and it feels colder than it would just with normal soap, but only slightly, which is kind of a bummer. I've been trying out a lot of new stuff out in the shop, some of which is working, and I think it's going to get some really cool brushes in the next little bit. Some of which, if I'm being honest, is not working. I did something the other day which seemed to get a pretty good reaction from everybody. And that is doing a scratch and dent sale. Basically, the razor, I keep getting those confused. The brushes, rather, ooh. That's what I get for talking and shaving at the same time. Anyway, the brushes that I make, there's problems with them, especially when I'm trying out a new technique or style or something like that don't turn out. Traditionally, I have either thrown them away or kept them and used them for testing new knots or something. Let me This soap has pretty good residual slickness when you add water to your face after each pass. Anyway, what I did this last time is we're going to use this aftershave. Now this has WS-23 in it, but this is going to be much stronger. There's unscented, but really nice. Anyway, this last time I had a buildup of some brushes that were just, there were little teeny nitpicky things that were wrong with them. And in the past I have just thrown those away just because I'm like, I can't sell this. It's not up to, the level that I would like it to be. And I got thinking, the whole reason I started Craving Shaving was to offer brushes at a lower price point. And as I've done new innovative things, it's caused my prices to go up simply because I'm buying more stuff, more products, more expensive products to get a nicer result. Whoa! To get a nicer result. And I don't like that. And so one way that I'm going to kind of get back at that is the ones that I maybe don't think are quite perfect. I did a scratch and dent sale. People bought them very, very quickly and seemed to like them. And so I'm probably going to do that again when I have a bunch of brushes that meet that description. I'm not going to sell anything with like glaring, horrible issues, but I do want to still sell them for much cheaper, depending on what's wrong with them, right? And see what's going on. Just a couple brush handles that I've been working on that I wanted to show. This one, I want to get you guys' opinion, whether you think this is something, hopefully this is showing up, but I tried to do kind of a hammered look on this handle. I don't know how well that's showing up, but I quite think it's, wow, my face is freaking cold now. And anyway, let me finish talking about this. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments of the hammered look on the handle. Here's another one that these two that I'm showing, they're not scratch and dent ones. They're just ones I've been working on that I want to show. And then this one, red and blue with the white ribbon going through it. That one's pretty cool. I really like that, how that one's turned out. A little more sanding and finishing I need to do on that one, but it should be done by this Saturday. So I just realized this video is probably going to be out on Valentine's Day. So this is in no way a Valentine's Day theme, but what you gonna do? Anyway, Sun Wukong from Lotus Eater. Fantastic, fantastic scent, fantastic performance. I will say that I wish that it had a little bit more of that WS-23 cold in it. I really prefer WS-23 and other synthetic coolants to menthol. Menthol to me is minty on your face, and these synthetic ones are like actually putting ice on your face, and I love it. It's freaking amazing. I think it's fantastic. The razor is the Mariner razor from West Coast Shaving's colored safety razor collection. That's what it's called, and it's, I don't know, probably comparable to one of those DE89 or something like that. It seems like a clone. I could be wrong on that, but it does kind of feel kind of more like a generic razor than, I don't know. I don't even know, I guess, what I'm saying. It seems kind of the same head as, a lot of razors out there. Like here's another one from Sally's. Very, very similar design. So that's what I mean by that. And Summer Break Soaps. WS-23 Infused Icy Stare. This is scentless. But that WS-23, they nailed it. Summer Break Soaps. Kyle nailed it. And then the brush is a Craving Shaving carbon fiber handle with the tuxedo knot. Very, very good knot as well. I think that's it. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. If you made it this far, thank you. If you haven't already, go down and hit subscribe. and like the video. It really helps me out. Next time we're going to look at this troll soap, and it won't be several months before I post my next video. One of the reasons too why I haven't been making videos is because my daughter's been sleeping in here. Like right now it's nighttime, and our baby has been in this room sleeping, and I can't really, she is a fairly light sleeper nowadays, and so I couldn't really make these videos while she's asleep, and when she's awake I don't have time to just come in here and make videos. So that's part of it too. She's now moved in to her sister's room. We'll see how that works out, but so far it seems to be working okay. So anyway, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Craving Shaving. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, anything like that, put them down in the comments down below, or email me at cravingshaving@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again. Hope you have a wonderful day.